The reason they probably hold the snooker here is it goes back a long time. Historically, Pontins had the Festival of Snooker going back, 30 odd years ago, and people like Jimmy came here to play, Alex Higgins, they all played, and the Pontins Festival of Snooker was very, very popular. There was up to like 1,500 people used to take part, and that's probably why snooker stuck with Pontins. It's very difficult for somebody like Jimmy because of the playing conditions. It's probably claustrophobic, and it's basically like playing in a small bedroom. There's just barely enough room for the snooker table, the two players and the referee. A snooker player like Jimmy has never really played under those conditions. Even in a snooker club, they've been used to space, TV cameras, lights, and plenty of room around the table, but there's 4 tables next to each other. Admittedly, it's the same conditions for everybody, but for someone like Jimmy, he's not used to these conditions, so it is an extra difficulty.
He's got to win 2 matches.
He's got to win this match today, and if he wins today, he plays Nigel Bond tomorrow, and he's got to win these 2 to qualify to go to China.
What do we think the chances are?
Well, I think his chances are absolutely excellent, but snooker is a game, everything is on the day, so we can't see ahead into the future, but his chances are fantastic. He's playing really well, he's at the top of his game. He just needs to transfer that to the match table and just win the match, that's all really.
Is it a bit of a graveyard, Pontins?
It has been for some players, but not many, because not many of the top players have come here. Some of them have retired and packed it in, they haven't made the effort. Jimmy is not a person that gives in easily, and he's a pretty determined person, and knows he can still beat all of them on the day. As you have seen following us around, he's beaten Hendry 5-1, Ding 5-1, and Dot, who was world champion, so you can't do a lot better than that,
I first met Jimmy when he won the World Amateur Championships in Australia in 1980. I was New Zealand champion, I didn't play in it that year, but I went over to watch Jimmy play, and he won it. He was 18, so we've known each other since then. He's a few months older than me, but had sort of similar career spans.
What kind of a player is he?
I think he's just the most beautiful player to watch still. He's still my favourite player to watch, exudes talent. I think he's been very unlucky in his career as well. 6 times runner-up, he certainly deserved a couple of titles. He's a man of character and depth, so I feel for him that he's having a difficult time at the moment, and snooker is not an easy game.
And what's it like now for players like yourself to have to qualify?
Qualifying's always been part of the system. I beg to differ about the venues that we're using these days, like Pontins in North Wales is an atrocious venue, and Jimmy's still a great player, and I think the venue itself has been detrimental to his game. I retired in 2001, made a comeback this year, and the game's gone backwards a bit in my opinion.
You don't think the game is as good as it used to be?
Well, I think the players are, but the playing conditions definitely aren't. And as I say, venues are important, and this is a very below par venue.
And will Jimmy find it tough to qualify from here?
Well, it's always going to be tough because he needs to qualify and he needs to get his game going. He's certainly got it in him still, I know that much. Playing in venues that aren't suitable for him has been detrimental to his game as well.
And final question, how do you rate Jimmy in the all-time list?
Right up there, and as I say, he's my favourite player still, so he's a top draw guy, top draw.
It's obviously a very serious game. I have to keep focused. Very difficult playing in these small arenas, but I'm here because of the way I've played the last couple of seasons, so I have to battle my way through.
You're in the mood today?
Absolutely.
Well, my only thoughts about Jimmy that he's a great player, and I'm sure 120% he's going to turn it around.
How difficult is it to qualify?
Much difficult because it's very good players here. Jimmy himself is still a great player, and I'm sure he will definitely qualify.
Is it difficult for great players like Jimmy to come to Pontins and in these different circumstances?
Of course it is. Players like Jimmy and myself, when we've been playing in all the top venues, and then we have to come, say it in a nice way, to a Kazi like this. It's not very easy.
It's difficult for you as well?
Of course, yeah. It's difficult for me, but I've been here last year, so I know what it's like. Yeah. Jimmy, this is his first year, so it's still coming to terms with it.
Final question, how do you rate Jimmy in the all-time list?
Oh, one of the greats, without a doubt. People say to me, Jimmy never won the world, but Ivan Lendl never won Wimbledon. If you say Ivan Lendl is not one of the greats in tennis, he never won Wimbledon, so Jimmy will be the same in snooker. He never won Sheffield, but he's still one of the greats.
How was it, Jimmy?
It was tough. Just sort of showed me again how hard it is. Even though I won a few matches in the league, I haven't won a ranking match. And to play in a place like this, and I produced, you know, a couple of good breaks, I'm really pleased and really proud, and I've been, you know, it's starting to pay off.
How nervy was it?
Very nervy. When you're not used to winning, it becomes the hardest thing in the world to do.
Because your team was getting out.
Yeah, what a team. That's why I'm probably getting fucked. No, I'm delighted to have won the game and not him giving it to me, you know, the 70 in the last, you know.
Next, you've got next.
I got Nigel Bond. I've played Nigel for 20 years, so I know each other's games inside out. I've never seen this geezer play, Andrew Norman, so that was a nightmare for me. You know, you don't know what kind of style he is.
So you feel relieved?
Feel absolutely delighted to have got a match under my belt. Cheers, Pat.
Makes a nice change there, mate, isn't it lovely?
So you almost had a heart attack.
Smiles.
I didn't have a heart attack, I just found it a bit warm in there, my face was red. But it was a bit stressful, I was trying to play the shots
You
myself.
played every single shot with him, didn't you?
It was a good game. Jimmy played very well. He was very solid in the balls. I missed a couple of chances to get back to 3-2. But he played well.
Is it difficult playing someone of his stature as opposed to anybody else?
Well, he was my idol back in the sort of my teenage years. So that, you know, once you shake hands, like they're just another player in the other corner of the cubicle. But you could hear the crowd sort of almost willing them on every pot. So
Did you feel like you were playing the crowd as well?
not necessarily playing the crowd, but when I was sat in my seat, Jimmy was playing. You could certainly hear the whispers and the egging him on sort of thing. And I must admit, if I weren't playing him, I would be as well.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, it's a good experience. Yes. Yeah.
So I think you could have another go at him on another day.
Be nice to play him in the venue in front of the packed Crucible audience next time.
Have you shot that?
I have.
I got beaten up. You're not going to report me as well, do you? Look,
I didn't start it.
he's tough, man. I couldn't handle him. He mixed me up. I didn't know which one he was going to throw, the left or the right.
So, second day, any thoughts?
Yeah, well, this is crunch time. This is you know, chance to get to China, qualify for the main event, and obviously another step to trying to win the tournament, which is why I'm playing them, really. With the ranking point situation, obviously it was a big win yesterday, but I need to follow it up today and just play my game and just concentrating on you know, keeping still on the shot and see how I'm trying to build on yesterday, hopefully build on to win today, and then
Does it put
move
you
on.
in a better frame of mind with the win?
Yeah, of course. But what I'm trying to do is get like a game together that can win a competition. That's why I'm putting lots and lots of practice in. So it was a good win yesterday, and hopefully if I can win today and go to China and hopefully win in China.
What's he like, your opponent today?
Nigel, I've been playing Nigel for 20 years. I know him double well. He knows my game well. So he'll be up for playing me, you know, so it'll be a good game. So I've got...
That you know his game.
It does, I didn't know the guy yesterday, but I know Nigel, so it helps in a way that we know what to expect, so the respect is there straight away.
Jimmy.
Nightmare.
Well,
It was a fucking
Well
nightmare.
done, mate. Well
he
done.
just kept coming back, didn't he?
Well, I should have put him away early. Cheers, though. I should have put him away early, 4-1, but he didn't really play the first session. And then I got myself at it, and it's a very small box, and people are all moving around. And when things start going wrong, you know, I lost a bit of focus. And but you know, I've won the match. You know, I've done the damage early. I'm pleased to have won, but it was a struggle. I've got to tell you.
You were very mean in that first session, I thought.
I was very mean, yeah. I played well, yeah, very focused. And I felt focused in the end, but I was just... it all looked like it had a sort of a 5-4 all around it for some reason, and...
was your nerves going a bit?
Yeah, but my nerves go all the time. If you don't have adrenaline rush, there's no point in playing. But it's just being able to enjoy it, you know, that's what it's all about. But
So China,
yeah, we go in there.
so I guess you quite like Pontins then, really, after
No, I do today.
Yeah.
I'll be back next day.
So how was it, Nigel?
It was good for Jimmy, but not for me, basically.
Tough game, wasn't it? Very close towards the end, and he played really well in the last.
Yeah, I had a chance there to make it 4-3, which, you know, might have made it a bit twitchy for him. I just had to play the pink with a bit of run inside and missed it, but to be fair, Jimmy played better than me all the way through the match, so, you know, he deserved to win.
How bad a feeling is it to lose on these qualifiers?
Well, it's, you know, you obviously you need to be in the tournaments to try and win them, so, you know, obviously losing in the qualifiers is, you know, it's not nice, but you know, you just have to carry on with it, basically. Just keep punching away.
Was it more pressure because it's Jimmy White, or is it you've known him for a long time, haven't you?
No, we've played a lot of times in the past. You know, I was probably more up for it, the fact that it was Jimmy, because you know there's, you know, every seat's going to be taken. But today I just didn't produce it.
How was it?
That was absolutely nerve-wracking. Not enjoyable going through it, but unfortunately, matches are like that. They got to be won, and they don't come easy.
Unbelievably nerve-wracking, isn't it?
That one was more than anything. You know, it was right to the last shot. Really, anything could have happened. They could have won. If that goes 4-3, then it can go 4-all. Then it's anybody's match. Which at 4-1. You just want to get it over with. He let us scream when he gets out of the building. Obviously, he won't do that in here. It's not nice, but it's fantastic. That's not just to win this match, but for the ranking points. It means so much. It's unbelievable.